Just adding these fine lines to these ladybirds makes just brings it up a notch from quite an ordinary little artwork into something that's just fabulous, crisp, nice, handmade. In a world of stuff that's just made and manufactured wholesale, it's great to be fighting the tide and be, I feel sometimes like the last remaining person on earth that just enjoys hand making all of his own stuff. And it's great when I sell this artwork to people, because you can see a lot of people, it's their first artwork that they might buy. And as a result, they walk away with it in their hand with a spring in their step. And that's a good feeling to have, actually. Now, I'm very careful with the shadows that I spray painted on these earlier. These are all the paints that I use, sort of similar to this. Not to make them too black. So it's a kind of mixture of two greys on there. Well, I've just forgotten to put just the arch here of where the wings open just there. So let me just add that little bit. That's just a real good finishing touch just there on the back of the ladybird. I'm just going to etch around this area as well. Up on the top. A little bit out there just because I was concentrating on the screen and what was going on. And then this bit just on his back, just like that. And this tool is about 500 degrees centigrade. So it's a good old temperature. And you can see the effect. It's just a very fine line just there. Very, very fine indeed. And I'm actually a spray paint artist, and I use wood as my canvas. And you can see here, I'm just getting these tiny details all together. This is quite a textured piece of oak wood. So this line, as a result, when I'm pulling it across the grains, gone quite fluffy. But I don't mind that at all. I don't like a bit of fluffiness over there. There's the dog just carrying a ball. This is all my other artwork, all my finished artwork on these beautiful pieces of wood over here. So you can see them, a real eclectic mix. This is my studio, Stencil Shed Towers. Now, did you know, I'm going to just scratch my dog's nose, but if you tap this screen just here, just double click, it's going to fire up. And from there, you're going to like this live. So let's have a few thumbs up coming through. Dead easy to do, isn't it? Look, she's nicked one of the kids' squeaky balls just there. It's actually an illegal move by the dog, but we're going to let her off because she's quite an elderly lady just over there. But she's all right. She's all good. Yeah. So I don't really do religion or politics on these live feeds. It's not really the appropriate channel for it. But thanks for your comments, Haddy. And my heart goes out to you if indeed that is the case. But what I am doing here is, now we did have a bit of what I noticed, this is one of my best sellers generally, but I went to my last event and the place Weston-super-Mare, I actually did a live stream from that event. If you give me a little subscribe now and scroll back, you'll see the live stream for one of my selling events. They had a little plague of ladybirds. Let me just do this. This is a hot knife which is burning up to I think it's about 500 degrees. Over the summer, because of the hot weather we had here in the UK, they had a plague of ladybirds. They were everywhere. So a lot of people, although well-loved little insect here in the UK, they're actually a little bit scared of them because they're kind of taking over their gardens. So I'm hoping for when I get to Christmas, it's still going to be one of my best sellers just here. Let's just hope that is the case. There we go. So, yeah, hi Farm Boy, how we doing? Where in the world are you, by the way? This is my wife's end to the studio down here. Let me just go and make sure that tool is quite safe. This is the inner sanctum. We've got an event coming up this weekend, so this is all going to be where we're going to out selling our artwork. We've got a full-size Jaws, which I've got a long-form video just coming up on how I painted that. So make sure you hit subscribe on this live feed if you're into your art, fun stuff, creative things, handmade, These are some artworks which are in process. So this is just some of the base colours that are just sprayed in there. I actually finished these off on a little live feed earlier today. So we've got, what have I called this one? Chewbacca. So it's a Chewbacca inside a log of wood. I mean, how cool is that? That is banging, isn't it? Let me go and have a little look over here. There we are. See, because every cut of wood's different. Look at him just peeping through the wood. I'm really pleased with that one. It adds a little bit of texture. So I've got two burning knives. We've got the one there, which is the master cutter, and I've got the one down here, which is a slightly bigger, more authentic sort of pyrography tool, just there. But for this particular one, very, very fine, just a little very line. It's just burning through the paint back to the wood. So a slight texture. Now, the other tool that I just showed you, that gives more of a texture, and that one you can change the nibs a lot as well. I do use this tool in my hand for some other jobs, primarily cutting some of my stencils, along as I sometimes use paper and card, depending on the design that I'm using. And I just see it's just adding a little bit of something on there. I guess you don't have to have wood. If you do spray painting and stencils and you use a surface, I don't know, maybe like an old record or something like that, you could also burn through the paint on that. So, yeah, it could be used on different surfaces. And I'm just into his little beak like that. I guess it's called a beak, isn't it? And you can see on the legs. And without this, I mean, here's a flat one. It looks okay, but just by adding all the detail, it just brings it up 10 notches, doesn't it? So I'm hoping there'll be better sellers as a result of these extra detail. And I've not signed these ones yet, so they need to get all signed as well. These are some of my other artworks, which have all been signed up. These ones I'm going to be making en masse for Christmas, these beautiful little robins. In fact, this is a little batch just here. Now, I'm going to be doing some tutorials as well, just over here, on how to make some of my simpler artworks. So again, if you're watching right now, do give me a subscribe. And it's really, really easy. There's the dog look. If you want to just give the dog a like, just double click that screen just now. Let's see if we can get this number up to about 20, just for the dog. Let's do it for the dog, shall we? There we go. We've got a few likes coming through. Much appreciated just there. Right, okay. Let me have a little look. There is chat. There is a feature where you can, I'm just trying to learn a few things. There we go. See if I can pin this to the live screen. Right, okay, so we had a nice comment. This is why I enjoy YouTube. There are people in the world with a unique talent. Yes, that's right, Tenrag. Yeah, that's all right. So what I've noticed is, because I make all my own artwork, I'm not a video creator, although I make videos about my original skill, which was spray painting, and then using that onto these pieces of wood. But what I found with these live streams, certainly of late, do give me a subscribe, by the way, if you haven't already, the live streams are a great way to find a new audience, connect with new people, and just show you what I do from day to day. And to do it live, it's properly authentic then, isn't it? The videos, in some ways, I'm better when I'm just actually just talking like this, rather than kind of doing, I don't really do scripted videos, but when I've got a plan, a master plan, sometimes then that's when you make the sort of mistakes. But on the live feeds, you just sort of go for it. Look, the dog's just came and joined us again, isn't it? Let's go and give a little chuck for the dog just there. Let's keep that hot knife away from the floor. We don't want it to get tangled up in that. Let's go and roll this out just here, look. There we go. She's going to go and chase that, hopefully. And away she goes. She's about 15 now, but that's not bad for a 15-year-old dog, is it? Oh, crikey, don't fall over, mate. Yeah, oh, crikey, she did fall over there. That's because she lunged at the end. Fear not, everyone. She'll be back with that ball in her hand. Yeah, brilliant. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, please do give me a sub, yeah. Relaxing, I like that, yeah. Just some guy doing his thing. My name's Sid, by the way. Showing you his art form. Showing you how it all sort of works. Now, I have tried these live streams before. If you're just watching, this is getting to like about 500 degrees centigrade. This is a hot sort of knife. And I've had music playing. But what happens afterwards, when I try to just have these live streams so you can watch them as a video afterwards, if it picks up any music that's licensed, it kind of downgrades your video. So ordinarily when I'm doing this sort of thing and you guys aren't here, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm Just finishing this leg off before I carry on with that. Having a bit of music playing to while away the hours while I'm throwing the ball for the dog just there. And ooh, I went a little bit off there, but that's all right. If what I do when I go off, I just kind of go over it a few times and sketch it, scrape it round, and turn it into a bigger line there. So it looks quite painterly and, dare I say it, slightly more contemporary when I've just added the lines on there. I mean, look at the difference. So how 3D are those little ladybirds looking? And then you get to one of these, which looks great, but because it's got none of the finesse there, it's not really up to the sort of standard that I would hope to be selling these at Christmas. So I'm going to add these details onto here, just like that. This is me, by the way. How we doing, everyone? I've first day in about 6 months where I've worn my hat as well. It's getting proper fresh here in the UK. And then this is some of my artwork for those that have just joined me. This is kind of reverse. I'm Stencil Shed, but because I'm doing the forward-facing camera right now, it looks kind of peculiar to you, yeah. But yeah, anyone else wants to give me a sub, you can also double tap the screen as well to send me a few likes. That'd be amazing. Hi Shane, how we doing? Hi Prime Roo. We've got some of our regulars dropping in on this little mini live stream. And what I'm doing now is I'm just showcasing some of my artwork, which is done with spray paints onto beautiful pieces of wood. And I'm doing that on these little ladybirds. And what I find, I do these little I just pick up my phone and go without too much planning on these live streams. And it's during a job which ordinarily I'm going to be doing at the end of the day. I did the painting and wood preparation for these earlier today. And this knife is just burning the paint away just like that. But it actually helps me focus. You know what? Because I've got this phone in my hand and I'm talking to you guys, it means I'm not getting distracted with pings and messages and phone calls. So I can just crack on and do it just like that. So it has a little bit of a bonus for getting my focus. Because I'm like you guys, I get distracted. I start scrolling. We call it death scrolling here in the UK, or doom scrolling. So yeah, I'm definitely... I don't really doom scroll kind of other stuff, but certainly on YouTube, I have a lot of videos that I play as podcasts and just listen to stuff and try to learn new things. But if you want to learn about spray paints, art, how to be an artist from a guy that's managed to just keep things afloat for the last 14 years, then do hit subscribe on this channel. This is just the drop in the ocean of what I do. I do fun stuff. Recently went to Glastonbury, where I also sell my artwork, the world's biggest music festival, and ended up doing a fusion of Rod Stewart with The Prodigy. And from there, I ended up connecting with basically the creator of The Prodigy, Liam, and he owns one of those artworks. So these kind of mad stuff happens when I'm doing my thing here in Stencil Shed Towers. And I like to kind of... document them in video form. Do look that up, actually. It's on my it's one of my long form videos. It's about 60 minutes long, but it's a good video because it shows you the sort of insides of Glastonbury before all the people arrive, all the general public. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Right, okay. Thank you very much, Jesper. Yeah, I'll pretend I'm cool and I know all these kind of... I'm sounding like a right old git now, though, aren't I? But yeah, I'm a sort of middle-aged artist, so yeah, I'll take dope. Back in my day, we used to say this is bad, and it meant good. But there we go. What am I talking about? This is my day. My daughter's always laughing at me when I come out with some of the bud stuff. I sometimes call my daughter bro, and that always makes her cringe. But it's got to be done, isn't it? There we go. So that is just the detail being added to these. This is... about, let me just think, this is about 500 degrees centigrade. A baddie now means yeah, a hot lady. Look, there we go. Jesper, you're educating me on all things youth. Oh my God, I really am sounding like an old git, aren't I? I'm a cool street artist, spray paint guy. And I'm just digging a massive hole for me. But in my defence, I am making these beautiful pieces of art while I'm chatting away. So there we go. I'm sure you forgive me with, I'm like a sad old uncle really, aren't I, or something like that. There we go. That's looking good. We're having loads of comments coming through on my other videos. I'm going to show you something in a second. I always find when I do these live streams, it does fire up my videos. One of my greatest and most proud videos features this, which is the giant old man's spray paint ball bag, basically. And it's like every time I'm making these artworks, I test the caps on here like that. And over the years, so that's about sort of 2 years worth of paint, actually, it kind of creates this mass. And I did this video on it, kind of a bit unscripted, and it went viral, to be fair, really viral. I think it's 5 or 6, 7 million views. So there we go. You never know what's going to happen on the internet, and this byproduct of what I do from day to day. Some people said it looked like the elephant's foot from Chernobyl, hence why I spray painted on this nuclear sign as well. So do check that out. Give me a subscribe now. Scroll after you've finished watching me on this live stream. Go and check out, as I'm just doing this ladybird, one of my shorts. Just the way you can do it, as you pros on YouTube know, is then you just look for my popular ones on my shorts and see what comes up. And it's I've had about 5 or 6 videos go into the millions now, which always blows my mind. It's actually coming into our wintry season, and one of the things that I do is basically it's sort of silly faces on cars, but using de-icer and frost. So I've had some of those videos go sort of mega as well. There we go. That's all coming good like that. Yeah, enjoy this. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, right. So let's just go back. This is elm wood, which I get from up in Scotland from my timber merchant. You can see it's got a different sort of texture to it. This is going to be labelled up and drilled and ready to hang, a bit like all these other series of artworks that I've got over here, just like that. Do keep tapping the screen. Let's have a couple of double taps, see if we can get towards the 30 likes up there. I've got about 3 more ladybirds to go before we chalk off. Then I better go home, and I've got to get some dog food on the way home. So I certainly need to get back and sort that out before I have my tea tonight. Let me just do that like that. My other problem is my phone battery's running out. So if it suddenly goes dark on here, you know what's happened. But that's all right. After that happens, you can always scroll to the next one, can't you? That's all right. We're all chilled out here at Stencil Shed Towers. My name's Sid, by the way. I make all these artworks on wood, as you can see, properly handmade, all done with rattle can spray paints. Over here, I'm going to move that and put another one on here like that. So we've got another couple to go. Hopefully we can sort it all out, just like that. What do the likes do for YouTube Live? Yeah, I think if you're dropping into a room and it's had a few likes, that always helps. And I guess it also tells, what do I hate going on about? The algorithm, which really is the audience, that something good is happening. And it's all right me sort of telling you to click the screen and do that, but you're only going to do it if you've seen something interesting happening, aren't you? So it's all part of that kind of engagement thing and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, there we go. You can also send supers and things like that, but I've not worked out how to do that. So yeah, if you know how to send me supers, and you can send me money then as well, that'd be handy, wouldn't it? That'll pay for the dog food on the way home. Happy days, yeah. Right, so we've got another one to do over here, like that. And then we'll go and have a quick little look at what the dog's doing, do a little quick studio tour. We've got the ladybirds all coming round like that, burning it all up. I've got to show you my new Chewbacca artwork as well in a minute. That'll be a good way to finish the live. I did a little live stream this morning, so subscribe now. Go back and watch that live stream. That's a really cool one. It's only about 30 minutes long. But old Chewy, he's launched officially on YouTube. I've bodged that a little bit there, but I'll just black that out tomorrow. I always find this towards the end, you sort of fly through them like that. Although that's not a fly. That is a beautiful ladybird. Yeah, I do love bees as well. Let me go and show you one of my beautiful bees over here. These are really cool. I do actually have a YouTube shop, and I do ship worldwide. So give me a subscribe, go and have a little look at my YouTube page, and there should be a shop linked on there. And you can see a lot of these different artworks. So I've shipped out to America and places like that. Before I do that, hello everyone, hello. I'm just going to show you, I mean, how cool is this? The Chewbacca chair. And today I made this Chewbacca. So it's a Chewbacca encased in a log as if he's chewing the wood. Now that can't be bad, can it? Giveaway, yeah. Yeah, again, because I've only started doing these on, I'll call it TikTok. I live stream on there as well, and sell a lot more. So I'm still getting my grips on these little YouTube live streams. So you've got one last chance to give me a subscribe. I'm going to leg it off now and make sure I can get home and get the dogs some dog food. Otherwise, everyone's going to be in trouble. But all you guys have been great and inspiring. Nice to have you on the live stream. Nice to have the little chat. This is the fruits of the labours. And don't forget, you can go back and look at some of my old screen live streams even on my channel. And there's loads of videos. And do go and check out